What's happening, everybody? Brian, the Pace Pusher, here to talk to you about Surf City Marathon and my experience pacing the 3:15 group for Snail's Pace Running Club. Let's catch up. Feeling good. Still feeling it. 3:15 group for Huntington Beach. How are we feeling back there? Yeah. Good?
Hey. Alright. Oh, there she is. There she is.
There she is.
Hey.
There we go. Yeah. City Marathon, thank you. Snail's Pace, thank you. And to a wonderful beach. What's happening, everybody? Again, Brian here talking to you guys about the Surf City Marathon in Huntington Beach and my experience with pacing. It's my first time doing pacing for a marathon group, so I was really excited to get down to it. And so just wanted to give you a recap, one, of the race, but two, some kind of takeaways from pacing, if that's you that's going out there to pace another marathon or just looking to do something with consistent pacing. So again, I was there to pace the 3:15 marathon group, and which is an average of 7:26 per mile. I was able to do a 3:14, which is 7:22 per mile, and it was really interesting experience through the whole process. So first, I want to give a big thanks and a big shout out to Snail's Pace Running Club, which was who I joined the pacing team for. So big thanks to Bob and Snail's Pace Running Stores. Shop local, it's always a benefit, and this is one of the reasons why they help bring you guys the pacing teams for your local marathons. Also, thank you to Surf City for the entry. It was awesome to be a part of this race, probably for my 5th or 6th time. This was my 2nd full marathon doing it with you guys, and other times I've done the half marathon. So it was really enjoyable experience. So let's kind of get into the race itself and why I think Surf City is a great race. One, I'm a beach guy. I love the beach. You see a lot of my pictures, a lot of my videos. I'm running along the beach. Surf City Marathon, most of it is along the beach, and you're able to check out the ocean through the duration of the race. So for those that live in town, for those that don't live near the beach, it's a really awesome experience to be able to experience kind of that surf beach culture throughout the duration of an entire marathon. Second is it's really well organized. One of the things that's really unique about a small race like this is sometimes you don't get the organization that you do with other ones. There was awesome aid stations. There was great fan support. The roads were blocked off for a majority of it. The only area where I would give a little criticism is on the backs. On the way coming back from the end of the marathon, the boardwalk was a little crowded as it was open to the public, and there were some non-runners running around that space. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty well organized from a block off of traffic. No cars, didn't have to deal with any cars, which is really, really nice. Third thing is the weather was awesome. Most of the time, February, California, you're getting pretty good weather. This time it was in the mid to upper 60s, very light wind, so it was really a nice experience. So if you're looking for a smaller local race that still kind of gets big support, this is a great marathon. If you're wanting a larger half marathon, I think there was 12,000 people who did the half, so it was really a big group of people that do the half, and it's also a fun course to do. Again, also along the beach, and just an amazing atmosphere. So again, big props to Surf City Marathon. Is really nicely done. So what are my key takeaways from pacing a pacing group? Number one, it's great training for ultra marathons. What it allowed me to do was really focus on my pacing and it really allowed me to focus on staying within a heart rate zone and at a comfortable pace that I knew I was able to hold and still be able to recover quickly from for the following races. So that's why I chose the 3:15 group. I feel like if I would have gone 3:05 group, it may have been a little tight and a little tough, but this was an awesome pace for me to be able to do that at. It allows me to focus on holding back, which I think is really key for ultra marathon training. So if you're training for an ultra marathon, you're wanting to really focus on how do I hold back on the front end of a race to be able to have energy on the back end. Look for a local marathon to be able to pace one of the groups that's in that range that you want to be able to train at. I think that's really powerful. Secondly, it allowed me to focus on nutrition. So oftentimes when you're out on training runs, it's just a different atmosphere. You can stop back at the house or something like that. This one I was focused on nutrition on course, so focusing on that 200 to 300 calories an hour, just taking it in and seeing how it sat on my belly, focused on my honey stinger waffles and honey stinger gooses, which is what I use most of the time. And so that was really nice, as well as my hydration plan for it. And then third, for the great training for an ultra, is it gets more time on the feet in a race environment. So this was 3 hours 15 minutes in a race environment, and so I think that that's really an important part of it, is to just continue to work on getting more time on your feet. About pacing a marathon, here's a couple of my key takeaways that I really liked is make sure you're encouraging the group you're with. You know, there was nothing like me being able to go and meet the people before that wanted to run a 3:15, what their previous marathons have been, and what they wanted to get out of that race. And so the amount of people that you were able to encourage and help pull along was really exciting, or even push further. I was talking to a couple people around mile 20 that were feeling really good, and they said they had a good pace left in the 10K. They went ahead, and at the end of the race, it was really fun to be able to talk to them about the PRs that they experienced, 3:10s, 3:12s, and stuff like that. So make sure you get to know the people in that training group that you're with. Last is the challenges of a pacing group. So one of the unique things about a pacing group is you have to stay on pace in order to get around a 3:15. And I found that the ebbs and flows of a group that were trying to pull you forward or pull you backwards was really difficult to really focus in and stay in that 7:26 pace range. And as you can see, I went a little bit too quick and ended up doing 7:22s for the marathon, but you were back and forth quite a bit from that process. So I found myself checking my watch a lot, which also made it good and focused on that training standpoint. So if you're out there and you're going to do a pacing for a marathon, make sure you're really dialed in on that pace, so you're not getting pulled with the group or getting held back by the group, but really focused on staying that pace. If you have any questions about the Surf City Marathon, make sure you reach out to me. Would look forward to telling you guys about it. Again, Brian, Pace Pusher. Hit subscribe below. Look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Bad 23 in. Absolutely lost everyone in the 3:15 group.